Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the number to reach us over the course of the next 2 hours live, 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. 1, hope you had a great weekend. 2, I went off the air Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Do you know what the amount of stories that have happened from the time I went off the air until I'm back with you now? 1, you can put a fork in him and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Eric Swalwell suspends his California governor's campaign after the sex attack allegations. A criminal, slash 3 elderly people with a machete while calling himself Lucifer in an unprovoked attack, and was fatally shot by cops at Grand Central Terminal Saturday morning. Multiple people injured in a shooting as a group of masked men stormed a New Jersey Chick-fil-A. 1 person dead. This happened in Union Township, New Jersey. And I'm sure by now you've all heard that the president has announced the U.S. will blockade as it relates to Iran after the weekend peace talks failed. Again, I bet on President Trump and his administration. We see your calls coming in. We're going to be beginning with them momentarily. 800-848-9222. So, Mom Donnie, celebrating his first 100 days in office. I prefer to say torturing us for his first 100 days in office, has announced tonight that the city's first city-owned grocery store will open next year in East Harlem. So the first city-owned grocery store, good luck with that, will be in East Harlem and will cost you, taxpayers, about $30 million to open. Isn't it so nice what you can do with others' money when it's not your money? So the store, if you know anything about East Harlem, you know that this is a popular location, La Maqueta. That's where it's going to be located, and that's at Park Avenue, and it's under the train tracks running over Park Avenue. And you have fish markets in there. You have a number of stores in there. And so I want to know how a city-owned grocery store is going to compete in what is already a busy marketplace. But Mamdani revealed the plan at his Queen's Bash tonight, celebrating his first 100 days in office, torturing us for his first 100 days in office, and declared that all 5 of his planned city-owned grocery stores will be open by the time his first term ends at the close of 2029. I think what he meant to say is by the time he's set to leave office by the close of 2029. And so remember now, he just announced the other day, free. The free buses, not going to happen. The mayor announcing that it's not going to happen this year because of budget issues. Now, he's a former assemblyman. You don't think he was able to forecast the budget before the election? Of course he was. But why let that get in the way of a good campaign promise, right? So let's start with the situation as it relates to what happened over the weekend at Grand Central. Folks, I don't know how many times I can say I told you so. You've got these losers in life. They've been losers all their lives, and now they want everybody else to suffer, and they know that the criminal justice system is on their side. So now we have a 44-year-old who was shot and killed by police after he allegedly stabbed 3 senior citizens, elders that is, with a machete, while repeatedly stating that he was Lucifer.
Next tonight, a frightening scene at a subway station in New York City. A man stabbing 3 people with a machete. Police fatally shooting the suspect who was allegedly acting erratically and involved in a verbal altercation. Here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
Tonight, chaos inside New York's Grand Central Terminal after a suspect allegedly stabbed several people.
The individual was armed with a large knife, described as a machete, and was behaving erratically, repeatedly stating that he was Lucifer.
Around 9:30 a.m., police say 44-year-old Anthony Griffin traveled to multiple subway platforms at one of the busiest transit stations in the world with this machete, slashing 3 people, a 65-year-old man, a 70-year-old woman, and an 84-year-old man, all suffering serious injuries but are expected to recover.
MTA police requesting additional units to location for a male that displayed a knife. Requesting additional units.
Responding officers rushing to the scene.
They gave clear commands. They attempted to de-escalate. And when that threat did not stop, they took decisive action to stop it.
Griffin was shot twice and pronounced dead at a local hospital. The NYPD says this appears to be a random attack, and it comes as officers expand their patrols on New York subways. With so far this year, citywide statistics show, despite this incident, a drop in transit crime. Now, police say they are reviewing all body-worn camera footage and surveillance video frame by frame.
Ike Ajachi, thanks so much.
And so that was a national broadcast, ABC. Now think about that. That message going out to the country and the world of how things are with our subway system. That if you're elderly and you get on the subway, you don't have to even be elderly. You're taking your life into your hands just by getting on the subway or walking around. I don't mean to be a pessimist, but you know, I say good riddance. He said he was Lucifer. Well, now you can go talk to Lucifer every single day. Good luck with that. We'll see how it works out for you. So now let's get to, and I'm about to go to Maria in New Jersey to start off our telephone calls. But Eric Swalwell has suspended his California's governor's campaign after the sex attack allegations, one of which now under investigation by the Manhattan DA.
There are new developments in the sexual assault accusations involving California candidate for governor Eric Swalwell. The district attorney's office in Manhattan is now investigating a claim from one of Swalwell's former staffers. She told CNN she was sexually assaulted after a night of heavy drinking with Swalwell in New York City in April 2024. The staffer is one of 4 women to accuse the East Bay congressman of sexual misconduct. ABC News has not confirmed the accusations. Swalwell posted to social media Friday vehemently denying the allegations, saying they never happened and that he will fight them with everything he has.
And so he suspended his campaign for governor. He's going to have to drop out of Congress. I hope that he will. He simply shouldn't be in public office. And, you know, this couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And before suspending his campaign, of course, he does the video that he's done absolutely nothing wrong.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. And I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened, and I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife, and to her I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public. As a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends. And I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And I look forward to updating you very soon.
So between you and your wife, Congressman, well, what about the 4 women making the allegation? I guess, and I don't agree often with former Congressman George Santos, but I think George Santos has this about right here.
Hey, Eric Swalwell, you know what? Go yourself. Don't do the little, let me address from me. Dude, 4 women. They all came up with miraculous, identical stories. They don't even know each other. Oh, and Nick Sorter's audio of you being a pig with a lobbyist? Dude, you.
Well, George Santos, tell us how you really feel. But he's right. He's right. We're going to get to the shooting at Chick-fil-A. And, of course, the situation with Iran. There's so much going on, but we see all of your telephone calls. Let's get to them. Dominic Carter here with you on this Sunday night. Let's go to line 1, Maria in New Jersey. Good evening, Maria. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. First, I want to say I absolutely love you. I've been listening to your show forever. I tried to call so many times and just got that busy signal. And today I really wasn't prepared to talk about any specific topic, but I got through, so I was very excited. The reason I'm calling, I'm so sad. This world is nuts. Like, I don't know. You know, I grew up with a large family, 7 kids. My parents were immigrants from Italy. They did not get a handout. They worked their fingers to the bone. You know, they got made fun of, you know, just guinea this, guinea that, speak English, you know, but they stepped up. When we went to school, they didn't have a list of 30 interpreters. My parents had to learn English if they wanted to raise their kids properly, you know?
Right.
And I was brought up to believe, like, good always wins over evil. That's how I was brought up to believe. You do the right thing in life and the right things happen, and I don't understand what's going on. This world is nuts. The people are crazy.
Okay, so Maria, Maria, wait. Let's break it down. 1, I feel your pain. 2, the feeling's mutual. Nothing but love going back to you. But what's bothering you in particular this weekend, right now?
The divide in this world. You know that saying, united we stand, divided we fall?
Absolutely.
The divide in this world, is just, it's insane. And even if you raise your kids in your household, you know, eventually they grow up and they get out of the house. Correct. And then all these things that you don't believe, and, you know, you brought your children up not to believe, they believe. And it's like, what the hell? Like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
It's the world.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We have our own constitution, but yet there's cities that want to live under Sharia law. I don't understand that. You come to this country, you have to abide by this country laws. I mean, am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. What you're talking about is weakness that unfortunately right now is coming from the Democrat Party. And when I say weakness, I mean pandering at all costs. That's what you're looking at. And that's why we're in the position that we are in. And it's sad. Again, I made the point, Maria, and I'm going to give you the final say here. I made the point of what has happened since Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern when I signed off for the weekend up until Sunday at 11 p.m. All of these stories, since that time, we had the mass shooting at the Chick-fil-A. We had the stabbing of 3 elders on the subway with some nut job calling himself Lucifer, and he's dead. I mean, I don't wish any ill will of anybody, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, we have the situation in Iran. We can go on and on and on. We have Eric Swalwell representing the absolute worst of American politics. And I mean,
and that's another thing that drives me absolutely crazy. It's like the rules are different. The rules are different for me than they are for Eric Swalwell. The rules are different. We don't all play by the same rules. Like, people get away with so much, and these judges, they're here to uphold the law. How do they let freaking people out? How do they put a cop in jail, you know, who's there to defend us, and
Correct.
they let somebody out who was charged 30-something times? What is the answer to fix this? Because it feels like, I don't know, and I'm guilty of part of it because I had to tune out for the weekend. So I have no idea what went on this weekend because I was sad. You know, I have a son who, and these children today, like the ones that are not indoctrinated, feel like there's no hope. They feel like there's no hope because what they believe they see on a daily basis, you know, just being kiboshed.
Well,
you know?
my advice, Maria, is to don't let the pessimism win. Hold your head high. Believe in our president. Even if you're a Democrat, believe in our president, because every president, if they are able to do a good job, it benefits the country. We can't continue to worry about the past, got us in this mess. We've got to just do the best we can. My advice to everyone is that you've got to pay close attention to the political process, the political system, who you vote for, your life depends on it. Not based on, oh, he's so cute, he'll be the first Muslim American mayor.
Nice hair.
Oh, he's so
He's
cute.
got nice hair.
Right, he's got nice hair. No, because the devil comes, and I'm not saying that the mayor is the devil, but the devil comes, you don't see the devil coming until it's too late. And so, but hold your head high, Maria. I can tell that you're a sweetheart, a good person, and just do the best you can. And all of us, we have to do the best we can to raise our children and hope and pray for the best. Maria, I want to hear from you again soon. Do we have a deal?
We got a deal.
Fantastic, Maria. You have a great night. That's Maria from New Jersey. Let's go to line 3, Al in Crown Heights. Al, what's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Dominic?
What's on your mind, Al?
Okay. I'm just curious about that funeral for that 7-year-old girl.
You mean for the 7-month-old, the 7-month-old baby? The 7-month-old baby.
Yes.
Right, you said the 7-year-old. It's not a 7-year-old. It's a 7-month-old.
But do you have any notion of what time it is?
I don't know the time. The only thing I know about the funeral, I received a release that the Reverend Al Sharpton will be delivering the eulogy for the 7-month-old baby, and it's tomorrow. But I don't know the time. I'm sorry, Al. I just know that it's tomorrow.
Can you?
Al, I have to be honest with you, Al. I have so many things on my plate from about 15 different stories. I can't. You're gonna have to figure it out. But I know it is tomorrow. If I can figure it out, but by the time I'm back on the air tomorrow, the funeral will be over. So if I find out the time, I'll post it. In the morning. I'll post it on. Thank you for the call. I'll post it on my social media. And we'll go from there. If I find out the time, I'll find out and I'll post it on any of the platforms. I'll post the time of the funeral. Before we continue with your calls, 800-848-9222. We can't even have Chick-fil-A anymore. So Union Township, New Jersey, Chick-fil-A, what is it known for? You go into any other place. You go into a store, and Keisha on the side is texting her boyfriend on her phone. Could care less about you, what you're dealing with, what you're purchasing. Or you walk in, they have the worst attitudes in the world. The one great thing about Chick-fil-A is that you can always go in. Your food is fresh. At least that's been my experience around the country. And you got a positive attitude and a clean bathroom. Now, even at a Chick-fil-A, you've got to worry about a mass shooting. This happened just the other day. 6 shot, 1 dead, Chick-fil-A, Union, New Jersey.
But we do know now police responded to reports of a shooting at the Chick-fil-A on Route 22 in Union Township. And officers are still on scene trying to determine exactly what happened. Naomi Ruckham is live on the scene with these breaking details. Naomi, what can you tell us at this hour?
Well, Alan, right now there is still a large police presence out here, several police vehicles and officers who are going in and outside of this Chick-fil-A. We can tell you that officers here responded to a shooting, and that's what led up to the scene you can see here behind us. Traffic now down to just one lane as police continue their investigation, which has now been going on for hours. Radio chatter describes the potential injuries out here.
I've got an unconscious witness. I've got one shot in the face, and I believe 2 in the leg.
Again, we are still waiting for police to confirm more details, but I did speak to a man at a nearby restaurant who told me his girlfriend works inside. According to the girlfriend, she says a group of men came into the store and went directly behind the counter where they fired multiple shots. Police on scene have not confirmed any of this information, but another person who we spoke to is a Lyft driver who was driving by and heard the gunfire. He came back to see what happened, and this is what he told us.
I finished like a trip in Lyft.
What did you hear?
Like a shot.
When you were just driving by in your left car.
Yeah.
Another family member who has been out here waiting for their family to come out, who's still inside the building, told us that there was some sort of altercation inside and that a couple people who were shot were employees at this Chick-fil-A. Now they've boarded up and closed off, so you can't really see inside. But earlier this evening, we could see the employees inside speaking with officers. Again, we are still waiting for more details on any injuries and what exactly happened out here tonight, Alan. But right now, all we know is that police responded to a shooting at this Chick-fil-A, and there continues to be a large presence. There are family members out here waiting for their loved ones to come out. They haven't been able to make much contact, but we've shared all the information that we have right now. Alan?
Yeah, very scary stuff there, those details.
Union Township, New Jersey. You can't even enjoy a chicken sandwich with the Chick-fil-A sauce or your nuggets. Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden. That's sarcasm. But sincerely, thank you, President Trump, for trying to clean up this mess. Let's go to Joe, line 5, Trenton, New Jersey. Joe, what's on your mind?
Big K visits Eric Swalwell. You know, all that crap he was pulling on Trump. He had this evidence, that evidence. How does it feel, Eric, when karma comes and bites you in the ass with a person, a unanimous source? How does it feel? Couldn't happen to a better person, Dominic.
Yeah, I see. And you know what I'm thinking about, Joe? I'm going to be straight with you. What's up with all of these horny men going to Congress? And why is it, I mean, are women just better than us? Why is it in recent memory you don't hear stories like this about women in Congress? Why are these men, I hate to broad brush, why are they so horny in Congress? What is going on, Joe?
They're protected, Dominic. Listen, when I heard Nancy Pelosi came out against him, she knew way ahead of time there was stuff that
she did
going on about him. You know,
she did,
and she's one of the ones that protected him when he got caught with Fang. She still left him on that committee. Okay, so for her to tell him to drop out, I guarantee you there's even more coming out about him.
Right. That's normally why a person drops out, that they know it's the beginning of an avalanche. And it's all the same story. So you mean to tell, and thank you for the call, Joe. You mean to tell me all of these women have basically the same story, that you're a piece of, and a horny, oh. You know what, folks? Sunday night, time for a break. We're coming right back with more of your calls. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back on this Sunday night. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, the lovely Catherine Trunk, and say hello to your mom, Catherine, for me, please. Catherine says it's 2 hours of Dominic time tonight, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., like having popcorn. She goes on to say, great radio. No, what's great is you, Catherine. holding it down, working and helping to take care of your mom. I think you said it's you and your brother. Take care of your lovely mother. Thank you for all that you do. It's been a busy couple of days for President Trump, sounding off on the situation in Iran, at war with Pope Leo. We'll get to that in just a second. First, this is President Trump on the situation in Iran.
For years, I've had to listen to them say, death to America, right? They say, death to America, death to Israel, America, the Satan, we will destroy America, death to America. Now, does anybody ever complain to you when they say that? I think that's a big step worse. Death to America. So they're allowed to say death to America. And what I'm referring to is, when I talk about civilization, it'll be much different because their military will be totally gone. It's pretty much gone now. But their military, look at their leadership. We have had regime change because the people we dealt with yesterday were, frankly, very smart, very sharp, very good, very good. I think they were smarter than the people from before, Khomeini and that group. Because look what it got them. Look what all of their antics were spending trillions they spent all their money on weapons. We've destroyed most of those weapons. Mm-hmm. But, when I say about a civilization, it really has changed. It really has. But think of it. They're allowed to say death to America, death to this, death to... I make one statement. They say, oh, such a big deal. Let me tell you, that statement got them to the bargaining table, and they haven't left. They haven't left the bargaining table. I predict they come back and they give us everything we want. And I told my people, I want everything. I don't want 90%. I don't want 95%. I told them, I want everything.
Well, and what they
have
want...
no cards, Maria.
Yep.
They have no cards. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Totally gone. Mm-hmm. They have nothing. They have no ships. 158 ships are at the bottom of the sea. Good ones. New. The Soleimani, they had one called the Soleimani, was taken out by one of our Tiger Sharks, by one of our rapidly moving submarines. It's amazing. Our military is so good. Do you know our military is a 94% approval rating now? Mm.
Well,
Congress has a 14%. The media has a 12%. Mm. When I started, the media had a 92% approval rating. Now they're down to 14%.
Wow.
And I'm very proud of it because they're very dishonest.
And that is President Trump with Fox News, an interview. We'll get back to the president and the Pope, war of words, if you will. We'll also get to Mamdani tonight celebrating his 100 days in office. I say torturing us for his 100 days in office. But let's go back to some of your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Joe, Trenton, New Jersey. Joe, I know you're not a fan of President Trump and Iran, so let's hear it tonight.
No, I like President Trump, but I want him to finish.
No, I'm talking about as it relates to Iran.
Oh, yeah. I want him to finish the job because I don't want him to keep...
Wait. I can't let you off that easy. Finish the job. What does that mean?
Go in there. No more talks. Just go in there and finish what you started.
Okay, so wait, Joe.
Go ahead.
I need you to define go in there. That's a loaded statement. How do you define go in there?
Well, I want the military to attack them and just wipe them out.
Okay, how do you define attack them? Well, have you thought about any of these things, Joe? Joe, have you thought about it? Here's what I'm trying to get to. Do you define this as boots on the ground? It's easy. Anybody can say attack, but the question is how? Do you want to risk American lives by going in there with boots on the ground? Do you want to risk this expanding to other countries? Anybody can say finish the job. Tell me, how do you finish the job?
Well, I'll leave that up to the military generals, but the job should be to me, they should just, being that they started the war, finish it.
When you say that they started, Joe, wait a minute. When you say they, who are you referring to when you say they started the war?
No, well, our administration went after them and attacked them, right? They bombed them. They bombed.
Right, but Joe, but I'm just trying. Who are you saying started the war? I'm just trying to follow your logic. Who are you saying started the war? The U.S. or Iran?
Well, Iran actually forced us to go after them by.
Okay, so you're still not answering my question. Who started the war? The U.S. or Iran? I'm just trying to follow you're offering these very vague statements. So I'm just asking you. I'm not saying there's a right answer, there's a wrong answer. I'm just trying to follow you.
Well, I think the president told his military to go in there and attack them. They bombed all those that weapon area and everything.
Okay, so you're saying the U.S. started the war. So the U.S. is supposed to sit back and let Iran get a nuclear weapon. Is that what you're telling me?
No, but I want them to go in there and do whatever they have to do to get, to get rid of them, to get rid of this evil administration in Iran. Just get rid of them, and try to.
Is that easy, Joe? Right? Just get rid of them, right? Is that easy, right?
Well, it's not easy. But the thing is, if we went in there, then we look foolish if we don't accomplish anything. What do we accomplish then?
But, Joe, how do you know what we haven't already accomplished? Do you think the president's going to play his hand publicly at this stage? See, this is exactly what I mean about people, all of us. We don't know the information that the president has, Joe. We don't.
No, right.
You think President Trump is going to show his hand to everybody?
No. He's done a good job, but I would like him. Everybody feels the same way. Just complete what your mission was when you went in. Why you went in?
Okay, but I'm sure you heard him say that they've already achieved their mission.
Well, then that's it. Then Iran still stands. If they receive their mission, then Iran is still there, and you'll still be attacked by them. You got 50 million radicals from Islam that'll still come after us. So there's no end to this thing. There'll be no end.
Well, he's taken out all their leadership. This is not an easy situation, Joe. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Silas. Silas, line 2, Staten Island. Silas, what's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to talk about his 100 days. I've never criticized him.
You're talking about Mamdani? Wait, who are you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Mandem. I've never criticized him, called them names or anything, and I give everybody who takes office 100 days to see what they're worth. And it stands he's worth nothing at this point. And I'm posting 12 things he could do to prosper this city, but he won't do them. But I still...
Okay, give me 2 off the top of your head.
He could put approximately 4,000 more cops on the beat. And
okay, wait, Silas.
Okay.
Silas, let's go one at a time.
Okay.
Now, Silas, see, this is what I mean about politics, folks. We really have to pay attention. Silas, did he run on a promise of bringing in more cops?
No, I'm just saying what he won't do.
No. But wait. You said he should put 4,000 more cops on the beat, right? That's what you just said. I asked you for 2 ideas. You just gave me one.
I meant to prosper and help the city. That's what he should do.
Okay, but Silas, how could that ever happen when he hates the police? He wants to do away with the strategic response group, the unit that responds to protests. He and the commissioner are feuding publicly over that now. We don't know if Jessica Tisch is going to resign over this. It's a mess. And you're saying bring in 4,000 more cops? He would never.
I'm just saying that he won't do it. There you go. And that's
but what I'm saying is
he will not keep.
But what I'm saying, Silas, is that how realistic is that? That's not even on the radar screen. He wouldn't. He would resign. He would resign before he brought in 4,000 new cops. He does not want to be seen as the law and order mayor. Okay, what's the second idea you have?
And he won't get rid of the congestion pricing to make life more affordable here. And
well, he can't get rid of it.
Food is not going to work.
He cannot get rid of it. This came from the governor. This is not. He can voice that he doesn't like it, but there's nothing he can do about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, his free food system won't work, but I'll give him a shot and say, okay, pal, do it. Let's see it.
Well, he says a year from now, and thank you for the call, Silas. He says a year from now it will open in East Harlem at La Maqueta. I believe that's what it's called. I say good luck with that. We will see. 800-848-9222. So it is Mamdani's first 100 days in office. I say his first 100 days of torturing all of us. And Fox News did this piece on this milestone for this socialist mayor who happens to be 34 years old.
You know, his first 100 days have been a case study in ambition meeting reality. And just this week, he said he's still committed to deliver his promise of affordability.
We are committed to fulfilling the promise we made to New Yorkers to transforming the most expensive city in the United States of America into one that working class New Yorkers can afford. And we're committed to doing that all across New York City.
So Mamdani campaigned on a democratic socialist agenda, but some of his biggest ideas have hit roadblocks in a cash-strapped city. His plan to make all city buses free has largely stalled. Now his administration is focused on smaller pilot programs. On housing, Mamdani pushed for a rent freeze on stabilized unit, but that decision lies with the Rent Guidelines Board, and his appointments to the board may influence the outcome. Still, a final vote won't happen till May or June. One area of real progress, child care. The mayor struck a deal with New York Governor Kathy Hochul to expand pre-K and launch a new program for the city's 2-year-olds, though questions do remain about long-term funding. His proposed Department of Community Safety, which would shift some emergencies from police to social workers, has only taken shape in a scaled-down form, launching late last month as a small mayoral office rather than a full agency. Right now, the NYPD says major crimes have dropped by about 5% in the first quarter of 2026, but there's still bipartisan criticism that Mamdani, who amid a budget gap, scrapped his predecessor's plans to hire 5,000 more cops.
And so there you have it. Eric Adams wanted to hire 5,000 more cops, and Mamdani said no. So he's not going to hire more cops. That's not going to happen, folks. He hates the police, and he and his wife, they hate Israel. And it really is that simple. 800-848-9222. So Pope Leo has basically criticized President Trump over the Iran war and immigration. And upon landing, the president has responded blasting Pope Leo as weak. And Pope Leo's brother is MAGA. And President Trump saying he prefers his MAGA brother. And the president responding to Pope Leo.
Attack Pope Leo on Truth Social.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He hit us thick of it. He's worried about fear. What about the fear when the ministers and the priests and all of those great people that were arrested during COVID, and in many cases they're outside 10 feet apart, and they were arrested. So we don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
So there you have it, President Trump, not a fan of Pope Leo. The number to reach us up until 1 a.m. this morning, 800-848-9222. I'm going to take a break. So Swalwell is out in the race for governor in California, suspending his campaign over alleged sex assault of staffers and other women under investigation by the Manhattan DA. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
And who can forget that from The Godfather? So let me be clear. I see we have a call on the screen. I have said to you over and over that I will never take your phone call again. So why are you calling? I don't want to name the person. I don't know what part, so please lose him. I don't know what part of never again that you don't understand. You can call and call and call. After you said what you said on the air that was borderline racial against me, I will never, in this lifetime, you will never talk to me again. Period. So please stop calling. I don't understand what the point is. Let's go to Chicago. Chicago and Mayor Brandon Johnson. What a waste. What an absolute waste. So in Chicago, the mayor under fire for all the crime, all the migrants, spending all the money, all the crime by migrants. And I want you to listen to this question he faced and his response.
Well, the real Chicagoans that I talk to, that I communicate with, mostly black and brown, actually, tell me that you don't seem to know the difference between illegal aliens and real Chicago citizens. They feel that you are siding with the illegal aliens over them in their communities. And okay. Sadly...
William, let's get to the question.
Let's get to the question. The real question is simply this. I don't know how to make it any more direct. An illegal alien from Nicaragua grabbed a woman on the north side last week.
Question?
Bashed her head into the sidewalk, knocked her unconscious, and raped her. If that had been your wife, Stacey...
Okay, all right, we're not going to answer it. Thank you. Right. Thanks, William.
All right. Would you want ICE to deport her?
All right. Let's move on.
Yes or no?
Let's move on.
Answer the question as a man. Not as mayor, but as a man. Would you want
Thank you.
to deport...
So, Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, I don't know what to say about this guy. I really don't. But President Trump, I've told you folks, I'm glad, I'm proud that I voted for him. I think that he's doing an outstanding job. I think that he may go down in history as the greatest president ever in American history. We'll see. But let's get back to your telephone calls. Line one, Lisa, Long Island. Lisa, good evening. What's on your mind?
Hi, I want to make two quick points. Number one, somebody told me that, again, there was another attack against the African Christians for Easter, another genocide. Why doesn't Pope Leo speak about that if he's so concerned about genocide instead of the bogus ones he talks about? And also, attention Mondami, guess what? The head of the military loves Israel. He purportedly wants to send 40,000 troops to help Israel in their defense against Iran. So this spoiled rich kid, which is all that Mondami is, should wake up to reality, and we're all suffering as a consequence. That's it. Thank you, Dominic.
Hey, Lisa, let me ask you a question. One, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, but I'm always aggravated by these things.
You're always aggravated? Okay, well, Lisa, wait. Don't be aggravated. You know, it is what it is. Is there anything that Mondani could do where you would say, good job?
No, because I think he's just a spoiled rich kid who has all these, who's backing him, you know, these people that want to destroy our country. No, so there's nothing he could do, because anything that's positive, he's not coming up with it. It's the backers that want to take over, the DSA people. They're very smart. They're very shrewd. That's all.
And they are smart to the degree they went and got him.
That's right.
to run, and a pretty boy, he loves rap
That's
music and all of these things, and it worked. It worked for them. It's incredible. Lisa,
Yes.
thank you very much. Lisa, don't let them get
thank
under
you.
your skin. Don't
All
let
right.
them get
Thank
you
you,
like that,
Dominic.
okay?
Mandami. All right, thank you. You're the best. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you,
bye.
Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Boy, everybody has their version of Mom Donnie. And I get that everywhere I go. And I kid you not, folks. I guess I'm just weird like that, because people come up to me and they walk up in my face and they go, Mom Donnie. And I look at them every time like, what's wrong with you? And then I realize that that's what I do, Matt Blaze. What are you laughing at, Matt Blaze? Let me hear your best. Mom Donnie.
Do you want to hear my best Mom Donnie or my best Dominic Carter doing the Mom
Either
Donnie?
one. Both.
Mom
I
Donnie.
That's good. That's good.
Or should I do
Now, what's your best Dominic Carter story?
The right way is... Oh, it didn't come on, but I was going to play something. But no, my best Dominic Carter story? Oh, it's just you singing.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't want to go there. Oh, that's what
Are
you're
you sure?
queuing up there. I see. No, you don't have to queue up the worst of Dominic. You don't have to queue it up where I'm off beat 15 times off the song and so on. Hey, have you been watching your diet? The ladies that follow your health and my health, have you been watching your diet?
Yes, Dominic. Of course I've been watching my diet.
Me too. Well, I had, instead of French fries today,
Yeah.
I had some broccoli at home. And,
really?
I had some broccoli, and I think I'll eat it maybe tonight or tomorrow, but I had some broccoli made for me.
So you had it made for you, but it's not, you haven't ingested it quite yet.
No, not yet.
I don't mind broccoli.
Yet. Yeah, broccoli's not that bad.
Chicken?
It's not that bad. I'm coming back to you, Mr. Adidas. My Adidas.
Mom Donnie.
So wait, Blaze, why is it people walk up to me and say that all the time? And I look at them like they have three heads because I don't get it. I'm like, why are you walking up to me saying that?
That's like your signature now.
Oh, and so that's their way of saying hello?
I guess they hear to say that.
Everywhere I go, cab drivers,
right?
everywhere. Mom Donnie!
Oh, unless you know that they're listening to the show.
Right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's go here. Let's see here. Let's go to Sandra in New Jersey, line 3. Sandra, what's on your mind?
Oh, two things. I'm listening to you with your diet and you're having broccoli. I'm so proud of you, Dominic. That's a good thing.
No, I said it was made for me. I didn't eat it. It was made for me, Sandra. It was made for me. So how many laps did you do around the pool today? And how many miles did you bicycle?
Well, no, actually, I joined a yoga club, so that's going to start Monday. I tried it out. I like it, but that's not why I called. I wanted to tell you what happened, Dominic. I'm very sad over this. I was coming home from the city on Saturday, and on River Road...
Wait. Let me say this, Sandra. If you want, you can hold on and call me back next hour because I am 15 seconds from ending this first hour, so I don't have time to get to the story. But if you can hold, or you, because I can't start the next hour with it, but I'll get to it. So just call me back next hour, and I will get to you. Thank you very much. I see Frankie in Yonkers. He says he does a great Dominic Carter impersonation. I have one thing to say to that, Frankie. Mom Donnie! Coming up.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we have a lot to get to, including your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Eric Swalwell suspends his campaign for governor of California. He was the front runner on the Democrat side after the sex attack allegations. And as recent as Friday, he was still declaring his innocence, and he still is now, but a change of tone as he has suspended his campaign. We're also going to get to the situation in Iran. All of this is coming up. There was a shooting at a Chick-fil-A in Union Township, New Jersey. You can't even go to Chick-fil-A for peace of mind anymore because of these savages that are out there committing crime and no respect nor regard for human life. Let's start with Eric Swalwell. This is a video that he did, I believe, on Friday, declaring that he's innocent.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations, and I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened, and I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife, and to her I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public. As a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends. And I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And I look forward to updating you very soon.
So there you have it from Mr. Swalwell. And I got to be honest with you folks. I have never, we have to, his innocence, he's declaring his innocence. I have never understood the logic. Maybe you folks can explain it to me this morning of men that force themselves sexually on women. I have never understood it. I am of the belief that if a woman wants a man sexually, she has more than one way to let him know. One, she can do it verbally, but let's just say that she's not going to do it verbally. Show her interest. There's 1,000,001 ways a woman can show she's interested or not interested in a man. At the end of the day, you can be rounding third base, about to slide into home. No means no. You could be about to start your slide into home plate. If she says no at that point, no means no. So you have 4 women making the allegation now. And what I'm thinking about against Swalwell, what has happened prior to those 4 in the many years getting to this point? How long has he been getting away with this? ABC this week took on the topic.
We don't have much time left, but I want the allegations against Eric Swalwell, which have not been independently confirmed by ABC. He's denied them all, but serious sexual misconduct allegations, and now you have an army of Democrats abandoning his campaign for governor. He was the leading candidate, a Democratic candidate for governor, and now he's facing calls to drop out from people like Nancy Pelosi.
Listen, let me be very clear. I tried to get rid of Swalwell 6-8 years ago. When I got the briefing, when I became leader with the FBI, Nancy Pelosi was in the room. I turned to her and said, how can you keep her on Intel? Intel is a select committee that only the leaders put on, that you know all the secrets that the members do not.
But
I made a motion.
Was this about sexual misconduct allegations, or?
It was a combination with the Chinese spy and led to all that. Every member in Congress knows not to let any young staffer get around Swalwell or Matt Gaetz. It's not a secret there. There's a reason why you didn't want those 2 people around. He was the leading candidate for governor. He probably could have won the primary and gotten there, but this all came forward. And these young women deserve justice.
I agree.
His
campaign is in a free fall right now with top staffers leaving. And let me just say this. As someone who knows at least one of the victims that have come forward, I'm very concerned.
Thank you, Donna.
And so Donna Brazile and also former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy on ABC this week discussing Eric Swalwell suspending now his campaign for governor of California. Also making the rounds this weekend on Fox News, President Trump as it relates to Iran.
Do you know what the president means when he says that the United States Navy is now going to be blockading the Strait of Hormuz that we are trying to open? Has that been briefed to Congress?
I think, well, of course not, because it was just announced yet as you were discussing this morning.
Well, if it was a clear strategy all along, and this was part of the plan, you would think it
What is clear in
happened.
the strategy, as the president has said, is the straits are not just a United States issue. It is also a Europe issue. It is a worldwide issue.
And
Iran should not be permitted. Iran should not be permitted to control the straits, and it's not just a United States issue.
Did they mind it?
And Iran should not be permitted to just decide who gets through. And Europe, our NATO allies, others who have certainly an interest in the straits should be coming to the table, and it should not just be a U.S. issue. The president, by saying we're not just going to let them decide who gets through, is certainly calling all of our allies and everyone to the table of this needs to be addressed.
Did they mine the Strait of Hormuz? Because in that tweet today, the president also said they might not have.
Well, I think,
because he said no
I
ship.
think you'll have to ask the president.
But
it's his
that's
tweet.
the point, that Congress has not been briefed on that. As a member on oversight and armed services, do you feel like this has actually been adequately explained to you? Because the American public does not.
The president just tweeted this morning, so you'll have to ask the president.
And so that's Congressman Mike Turner, Republican of Ohio. But President Trump also called in to Fox News himself. I want to go back to your telephone calls. Line 3, Sandra in New Jersey. Sandra, I was talking to you last hour, and you mentioned a unfortunate incident with an animal.
Yes. Well, before I do that, I'll just make one comment about Swalwell, if I may. You know, I'm not following him yet at all, but I did hear one little story about a woman who said she had a relationship with him and he got very aggressive, maybe very, very aggressive. And then she calls him back 3 years later thinking she can handle him now. I don't know what to make of that. So I just wanted to bring that out there, I don't get that. Do you? If someone
that's why, Sandra, I don't report stories like that unless I can confirm that it looks like there's something fishy. If there's anything questionable in the character of any party involved, I don't even mention it. So that's why I didn't mention that case. But that one particular incident, because it sounds shaky. But there are plenty others. There are plenty others against Mr. Swalwell. But what was the point you wanted to make about you said about an animal?
I had a sad thing happen on Saturday. I had such a nice day in the city. I'm riding home on River Road, a lot of traffic, and my luck, a squirrel runs into my car, like right in front of my car. Dominic, there was no way I could stop. I knew what happened, and I actually kind of heard. So I kept driving, and I said, I got to go back. Maybe he didn't die, and even if he did die, I'm not going to leave him there on the road. So I go all the way down until I could make a U-turn. Then I go all the way back until I remembered where this happened, and I make my U-turn again, and I see him there in the road. So I stop my car, and I know the cars are behind me, and they might be angry, but I got out of my car. I saw the little squirrel. He was dead, but I didn't want to leave him there. That was the whole point. So I picked him up, and I put him in the grass, and I feel very sad. I feel very, very bad what happened, but I don't know. It happened.
Now, Sandra, I'm trying to figure out how do I respond live to a situation like this. So
I don't know.
It leaves you unnerved, or whatever. When you hit an animal or so on. I've always been concerned because when I was an undergraduate college student, the road that we had to take, Route 13 from Cortland, New York to Ithaca, New York, and Ithaca is Cornell University, Ithaca College. The deers were always on Route 13, and I know someone that died because deers will mess up your cars after you hit them, body damage to your car, and sometimes they roll right onto the car and through the windshield, and this one deer was kicking and kicking. It wasn't dead yet, and it killed the person in the car. So I'm sorry that you hit the squirrel, but wait, now did you find something to pick the squirrel up with? I mean, Sandra, I know your heart is in the right place, but wait, Sandra. What if it wasn't dead and the squirrel bit you, and then you'd have to get a rabies shot, and those things hurt like a lot. I mean, you went back in the city and picked up the squirrel?
I went back on the road. I made a U-turn to where I
on a highway. On a highway?
Well, it's not like a highway. It's like a highway, but a local highway. You know, like in the neighborhood highway. It wasn't like a highway.
Okay, but Sandra, someone could have rear-ended you.
I know. Well, I'm sorry. I did not want to leave that animal there to get squashed even to more death. I'm sorry. I had to do it, and I'm happy I did it. I placed him gently on the grass, let him rest in peace, and that's it. I'm not sorry what I did. And my daughter says to me, "Ma, you better wash your hands. In fact, you have some stuff in the car," and I forgot about that. So I took that stuff that you clean your hands with. What do you call that stuff? Whatever, the
stuff that natural during COVID you rub on your hands and so on.
Right. So I put that on, and then when I got home, I washed my hands. But no, I'm not sorry what I did. Nope. I'm sorry that I hit the squirrel.
Things happen, right? I mean, I'm not going to make a joke out of it because I know it can leave one feeling, saddened, and I'm sorry it happened. This is the first. I don't have anything to say, Sandra. I don't know how to counter. I'm trying to figure out the political implication of when one hits a squirrel. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
I know.
I'm sorry it happened to you, Sandra. And, oh boy. Well, you got me on that one, Sandra. Thank you for the call. Folks, we see all the other calls. I feel bad for Sandra. Sandra's a great person. And her heart is always in the right place. She's like always doing 100 push-ups or 100 laps in the pool or 100 laps on a bike. She's very healthy. She's the exact opposite of me when it comes to taking care of herself. On that note, it's time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
My motto is simple. If you do not succeed in life, I don't want you to blame your parents. I don't want you to blame the white man. I want you to blame yourselves. The responsibility is yours.
And that's from the movie Lean On Me. So last week, Matt Blaze and I took on that topic. And coming up in about 7 minutes, we'll continue it. The movie Lean On Me about Joe Clark, a.k.a. Batman, went into an urban school. We know what that means, urban, and cleaned it up. It was a mess, and he walked around every day with a baseball bat, which is necessary for some of these thugs in waiting, in training, I should say. And he cleaned it all up. And, of course, at the end of the day, after he cleaned up the school, the bureaucracy ran him out. But a movie was done on his life, I think, in 89 or 91, something like that. I will deal with that with Matt Blaze in just a second. Let's go back to your telephone calls. Let's see here. Let's go to Patrick, line 2, Indiana. Patrick, what's on your mind?
Yes, you touched on Chicago a while ago, and
yes.
Mayor William Johnson, I think's his name.
Brandon Johnson.
And if the president would use the Constitution, he could go
Patrick,
in.
come on. Patrick, let's stop. Why do you say this every time? And every time I tell you that politically it's not possible.
You haven't listened to what I'm going to say yet.
Because, Patrick, you start with the same line every single time. You use the Constitution as a justification. as a justification for what you want. And it's really pie in the sky. It's never going to fly. Okay, here we go again. This is pie in the sky. Frankly, you're wasting airtime right now.
It's not pie in the sky. It's in the Constitution.
Okay, so go ahead.
Do you believe in the Constitution either?
Patrick, go ahead. Go ahead with your point.
Okay,
and at least call up with a different point. You call with the same thing every single time.
This is not the same thing. The Constitution says, Article 2, Section 3 says, he must take care that the laws be faithfully executed. And right there, the Constitution gives the president the ability to go in and put aside the mayor, and just like he did in Washington, D.C.
President Trump has tried to send the National Guard into D.C., into Chicago. The mayor and the governor fought it like heck. It can't get done because
if the Constitution
Patrick, you've got to call with different points. You can't call every time saying the Constitution says, because that's not political reality in the world that we live in today. Thank you for the call. Let's go on to Anthony, line 3, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Anthony?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. What's on your mind?
All right. Mikey Sherrill, Phil Murphy in New Jersey, they're letting illegals vote, and I'll tell you why I know why.
Well, you got 30 seconds until my national heartbreak, so you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
When you go to the DMV to just auto-register and renew your license, the auto-register you to vote. Anybody that goes in the DMV, do you let you register to vote?
Once you already have a license, you're leaving that part out. Thank you for the call, Anthony. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
We didn't get there on the important issue. They want to have nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons. I've been saying that for 30 years. I would never allow that to happen before I was in politics. And that country will not have nuclear weapons. Most countries shouldn't be allowed to have, but that country will not have nuclear weapons.
And that's President Trump from Fox News Sunday. Interesting as it relates to the situation in Iran ongoing. The talks over the weekend did not result in anything, but do any of us really think that they would? At the end of the day, I'm still betting on President Trump. He's a master negotiator, and with his logic and theme of America first, I really believe that he will get the job done. Florida Congressman Byron Donalds appeared on the weekend shows this weekend talking about Iran, and of course the congressman from Florida.
This morning, really just moments ago, Congressman, President Trump posted on social media. I'll read you part of his post. He says, quote, "The United States Navy, the finest in the world, will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz." How does blocking the Strait of Hormuz reopen it, which is what President Trump has said he wants to see happen?
Well, first, Kristen, let's establish something. Our Navy, its creation was actually to free international waters from the Barbary pirates. That's why we have a U.S. Navy. That's its creation and the history behind it. The president is trying to make the next strategic decision, in my view, which allows for them to have control over the straits and establish that control. I think in the president's comments, he also said that our men and women would go through the process of trying to find these mines that the Iranians dropped into the Strait of Hormuz and to decommission those mines and get them out of the way so that you could have an orderly ultimately return to the Strait of Hormuz being open. Last thing on this, be very clear. The Iranians have always been using the Straits as economic terrorism against the West to protect their theocratic regime. I mean, we started with Cuba, now we're on Iran. What is the consistency here? You have dictatorships that threaten their people, that suppress speech, that jail political prisoners. Obviously, in Iran, we know there are no respect for human rights or for women's rights or for the rights of people who dissent. They just killed 40,000 people in the streets of Tehran, this regime. So the president is doing what's necessary to accomplish the main objectives here, and that has remained to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon and to significantly degrade their ballistic missiles capabilities. The Iranians using the Strait of Hormuz against the rest of the world, the president, I believe, is doing the right thing, trying to control the straits, possibly in order to open that up for international waters so you can have trade move freely, not just in that region, but for the rest of the world.
And so we will get to, I mentioned that movie, Hollywood movie, Lean on Me. And the reason why it relates to a lot of what's going on today, urban crime, these gangs of teenagers going through communities, looting, damaging cars, and so on. And so we're going to get to that. And the movie was based on the real life of Joe Clark, who was the principal. And they called him Batman because he came in and cleaned the school up. I think it was in Paterson, New Jersey. I'll talk to Matt Blaze about this in just a minute. He brought it up the other day. So we're going to air a clip from the movie. Some interesting things there. But I can be a good sport. I can be a good sport on a Monday morning. It says here on my screen that Frankie in Yonkers does a good Dominic Carter impersonation. Is that true, Frankie?
Welcome back to the Dominic Carter Show. We have a lot to get to, but first, Mondani is here with Matt Blaze. Matt Blaze, what do you have to say?
I don't know that.
Nah, that's enough. We have a lot of calls to get to. We're going to go back to Sandra and the squirrel. We have Barry on the line. Barry, what do you have to say?
Baby, don't worry about that, squirrel. It's all good. God loves you, and so does Dominic Carter. So
thank you very much. That ends the Frankie, the comedian,
sound like Howard
segment of the show.
How was that? Was that all right or what?
Frankie, you're pretty good. I don't think Matt Blaze is going to like it, but you sound like Matt Blaze.
Oh,
what you think
don't worry. Give him a big hug for Tony. I love Tony and Matt Blaze.
I don't know, Frankie.
You know what I love? I love when Matt does Teddy from Yonkers. I love that part. Let me tell you, he really
can't do
really
Matt,
does
Frankie.
that great.
Frankie,
What?
Frankie.
All right.
I'm going to give you a mad test, Frankie. I'm going to give you algebra.
Teddy, why don't you listen to me, Teddy? Teddy, no, I'm going to have to put you on Mr. Click right now. And we're coming right back to the Dominic
That is
Carter
pretty
Show.
good, Frankie. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That
Dominic,
Matt and I are
Dominic,
shaking our heads. That's pretty good. Frankie, thank you so much. Thank you for the great call. Let's go now to Norman in Brooklyn, line 5. What's on your mind, Norman?
Oh, my God. I mean, I could talk about Swalwell, but actually, I'm actually reading a chapter in a book on how to survive animal attacks. So I could actually school you on how to survive a bear or a crocodile attack.
Nah, Norman. Don't do it. Don't do it, Norman. Don't do it. You know why, Norman? You and Matt Blaze, I'm not messing with you guys. I'm sitting down.
Oh, no.
But wait, I'm going to do you one better. So I get some of my best work done between 3 and 6 a.m., right? Because at home, nobody's up. Nobody can bother me. Don't tell them I said that. Nobody can bother me. I can get my work done, right? So when I'm getting my work done, Matt Blaze is laughing, I think, playing a cat. Don't mess with Beyonce. Beyonce, for the first time the other day, Catherine, literally laid his head on my arm. I thought it was so cute.
Oh.
And Catherine's mom, by the way, is turning 96 next month. And she's faster than I am mentally. And she's turning 96. But anyway, Norman. So I'm watching. See, Norman. We time all these things out, and I'm trying to get to Lean on Me. But so Norman. So I'm watching this movie. What's that actor? A black guy from England. He's sexy, and like all the women go gaga over him. The white women, the black women. What's
Idris Elba?
Yes, and he's in this movie. Norman, he's in this movie. I thought about you, Norman. 4 a.m. this morning, man. It was me, you, and Matt Blaze. And in this movie, he's in Africa with his 2 daughters. And the dude, the white dude, that's his boy, they cool with the lions. And the lions come up to him and hug him and so on. But then the poachers start coming. And this one lion, I kid you not, this is a brand new movie on Netflix. The lion gets possessed. And he attacks the guy, the actor's friend. Then he attacks the girl, his daughters. I mean, this lion was tearing people up, tearing them up. Okay. So don't mess with me with these animal attacks.
Well, the question I have is are lion attacks a large part of Rockland County? I mean, have you been encountering many lions up there?
But doom. That's good. That's good, Norman. That's good.
Okay, but from what I'm reading about bear attacks, Dom, you try to do everything you can to keep that bear from attacking you. Like, if he decides to go, you got to go on the ground and like cover up in a fetal position. But if you try to fight back at all with that bear, he will kill you. There's no doubt. There's basically once he decides to not leave you alone, you're screwed, Dom. You are screwed, man. Because if you're going to go poking at that bear, he will kill you.
Is that why they say don't poke the bear?
Do not poke that bear. Now, crocodile, which I don't know why for some reason, this book's from America, why they have crocodile, how to avoid a crocodile. During a land attack, you have to run away in a straight line. Do not zigzag or he'll get you. Okay? Because I think it has to do with their eyes. Their eyes are kind of like on the side of the head.
They'll get you. You have to zigzag. They're fast. If you
No, not according to this book. During a land attack, simply run away in a straight line rather than a zigzag as quickly as possible. Okay.
Well, you know what?
It's unlikely to give chase unless you were running towards water. So don't run towards the water, Dom.
But wait, Norman.
And if you're attacked,
I'm not running towards the water. But because his brother or sister be waiting for me in the water. Norman, we have to table
and
this
if you're in the water and your arm or your leg gets stuck in the croc's mouth, try to pull down the palatal valve just behind the tongue, and the croc will start swallowing water and let you go. But all I was thinking about, that's the time his brother gets you.
Yeah. Hey, Norman, I got to save this until tomorrow. Let's continue this tomorrow because I got to mess with Matt Blaze here before we have to take a break. So the movie Lean on Me, right? Morgan Freeman, that's the actor in it, and it's about he saves this urban school. You folks know what I mean by that. And he turns it around. It's Patterson, New Jersey. Is that correct, Matt Blaze?
That is correct.
Patterson. Okay.
Patterson.
So I want you folks to listen to this one scene. Well, let's go back. Let's go first to 29, Matt Blaze, which we already played.
You do not succeed in life. I don't want you to blame your parents. I don't want you to blame the white man. I want you to blame yourselves. The responsibility is yours.
And so he literally turns this school around. And I wanted to play that because I feel like he took the line from me. Don't blame the white man for all your problems. But Matt Blaze, before we interact in this, I want to play the next scene, right? There's one scene where this kid is a troublemaker. And Joe Clark takes him from the first floor up to the rooftop and tells him to jump and go ahead and kill himself because the kid started smoking crack. Let's listen to that.
Did you tell your father I threw you out of school? Look at me, damn it!
No, sir.
Why not? No guts, huh? Afraid of what he's gonna say to you, aren't you?
My father doesn't live with us anymore, sir.
Oh, is that what you're doing now? Go around feeling sorry for yourself, boy? Huh? Go on, get out of here. You're wasting my time.
Please let me back, sir. I have to get back in school. I can't go home and tell my mom I got kicked out of school.
Now, why should I let you back into my school, Sams?
Because I'm going to do better, sir.
How?
By doing my work.
What else?
And staying out of trouble.
What have you been thinking about all this time? Why should I believe you now?
Because I changed my ways.
I don't believe you, Sams. I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yes, sir.
You know what that does to you? Huh?
No, sir.
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. Now, when you're destroying your brain cells, you're doing the same thing as killing yourself. You're just doing it slower. Now, I say if you want to kill yourself, don't fuck around with it. Go in and do it expeditiously. Now, go in and jump. Jump!
No, I don't want to kill myself, sir.
You're quite sure about this, are you?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back on my own word just this once and let you back into my school. Because you're still a baby and you don't know shit. But you understand this, boy. You're not going to get a moment's rest. I'm going to be on your case every minute. You mess up just once, and you're out of here. Now, you understand me? Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
I'm going back downstairs.
So, Matt Blaze, when the kid walks away in the movie, he like sighs because, you know, he played tough for the kid. But it's my contention that if we treated these young criminals in training like this, we wouldn't have half the problems that we have. What say you?
Absolutely. I mean, you want to say that this is a movie and he's the tough guy, tough teacher comes in, and we've all watched that. What do they call that? When they take the kids to prison, and some of those
Scared Straight.
Yeah, Scared Straight, and some of those kids
that don't work anymore with these super predators.
It doesn't even work anymore. So it sounds good, but maybe if we started doing that when they were little kids, and also look, it's about the parenting. It starts at home. If you teach your kids the right way, then they'll go to school and they'll bring that to school. They'll learn manners. They'll know how to act. And if they see other kids, at least maybe they won't be influenced. But it shows that the parents have to be involved. Because I know when I was in school, there was always like the bad kids, the kids that were in the back of the classroom cracking jokes, and it was almost like if you got good grades, oh, you're like the goody-goody. You're like the teacher pet, and you should be like us and fail.
Right.
And that was like the cool kids failed. The cool kids didn't get good grades. The cool kids failed. Now, I can tell you, when I was in school, I wasn't the greatest student, but I know for a fact if I never got in trouble in school because I knew what was waiting for me at home if I did. Because my father was not going to play with that.
Period.
At
Period.
all.
He wasn't going to play. Right. Well, we'll continue this in just a second. I've got to take a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
So, Catherine Trunk, I mentioned her lovely mother, and I had her age wrong. She's not going to be 96. She's going to be 97. You go, Mom, and you go, Catherine. Catherine says that Frankie is really good at his Dominic Carter impersonation. She says you absolutely must have him do imitations more often, comic impersonator. A person by the name of Holly Bell says here, as a kid going to grandma's, my dad hit a chicken. The car became quiet. I asked why he did that. He said it couldn't be avoided without killing 6 people in this car. It's a busy 2-lane highway and he could not safely stop at 70 miles an hour. People are more important. Interesting there. Let's go to Liz in Florida, line 1. Good morning, Liz. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. I wanted to hit a deer. I was driving actually in Rockland County many years ago, and the deer just like slid right in front and like just stared me in the face. Of course, I started to scream, and it just like jumped off and galloped away. I don't know what happened to it, but it was the scariest moment of my life. One of the scariest. Yeah.
So wait, so the deer looked at you?
it literally just stared at me, and I think I was just screaming. He or she heard it and just like left and just galloped away.
So you were able to stop without full impact.
I believe so. It was a while ago, and they just come out of nowhere. I mean, you live in Rockland. I'm sure you see them all over the place. Literally, just came out of nowhere.
Wow! Were you a nervous wreck afterwards?
It's fair. Yeah, I think I was a nervous wreck. I was taking deep breaths, and I was grateful that I didn't see any blood, and he or she was fine, just left. But it's very scary. It could have really impacted. It could have broken the windshield. I mean, I had 2 kids in the car, so I don't speed. I never speed, but it doesn't matter. You could be going 20 miles and they can hit you, and there was no damage to my car. I think I was driving a Land Cruiser at the time, but it's very scary. I mean, listen, running over anything, but this, I didn't run over it. It just jumped onto my car and slid on the front.
So, Liz, you're always positive, right? And Norman and Matt Blaze, these guys are always messing with me. You should see Matt right now. He's got on his burgundy Adidas jacket. And so it's not a jacket. What is that? That's a sweatsuit jacket.
No, it's like a windbreaker.
A windbreaker. Okay. So Liz, help me out here. What is this thing I got with alligators? This fear?
Well, have you ever been really in front of an alligator?
I mean, I wrestled one a few times and threw him down to the ground. What are you laughing at, Matt Blaze? You're turning beet red.
You wrestling? What was it, a rubber alligator in your bathtub?
But Liz, I don't know. Oh boy, we're getting a bunch of calls now, Liz, from people saying that they hit deer. No, wait, Liz, wait a minute. What? Saying that you still there, saying that they hit deer as well. So you see what you started here?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I hope that they usually don't, get really hurt. If it depends on where you hit them, I guess. But it's and a lot of times I hear that when you hit a deer and they go in, and they leave, they just aren't the same, and then they die in the forest. But I don't know.
Right.
They
can cause enormous damage to your vehicle. But yeah, Liz, so I only have 15 seconds left, so I'm going to have to save my lean on me conversation for Blaze tomorrow. But I don't know what this thing is I got with alligators. They're just so ferocious and they bite so hard. I mean, I don't know, Liz. Maybe I need some counseling. I don't know, Liz. You got 10 seconds, the final word. Go ahead, Liz.
I would try to work out your fears with the alligators. That's what I would tell you to do.
Thank you, Liz. Folks, do me a favor. Have a great day. I'm back at 3 p.m. Eastern. Liz, thank you for the wonderful call.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit ASBgold.com. That's ASBgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.